All right. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. That is my all by T-Bone. I call her T-Bone. Uh Becca Shea. Becca Shea, I think, from her album Champion. And today we are going to do the wrap of Science Getting Rich. Cool stuff. How are you feeling so far? I want you to just sit for just a second, and I want you to become aware of your awareness. What has this conversation about the science of getting rich? What have you learned about your emotions and how important it is to focus? um, it's almost this idea of which people my age are probably the start of it. Older than me, they can do it a lot better than I could. And those younger, it's called delayed gratification. I'm okay a little bit with delaying my gratification, not a lot. I started a project back in December that the initial results of it have showed up yesterday, which I thought, okay, that's pretty cool. And so that's something that I'm like, okay, because there gets to a point to where you're like, is this going to work? Is this doing what it's supposed to do? How am I going to know it's working? And during the whole time, you have to keep your faith. Even though you have faith, it's still exciting when it happens. It's not, yeah, well, of course I knew that. There's certain things though in your life that the science of getting rich, when you fully understand and comprehend that if you continue to seek the way that it's supposed to show up, you're never going to find it. It's not going to show up because the universe has a better way for you, right? We have this tendency to think that something is always better on the other side of the fence. We listen, the reality is that you're responsible for your energy, period. Nobody else makes you feel good. Nobody else makes you rich. They don't. You do all of that. You are the one responsible for that. And if you think your answer is outside of you, you're not seeing things clearly. The answer is inside of you. Always, always, always. Everything you are seeking is inside of you. It's not external. It's always internal. And when you grasp that, you realize you can sit on a rock and be happy. Right? Look at all of the people in Palisades, California. They lost everything. If you saw them on video, there's a couple of people that we know personally, owners of network marketing companies, that say, listen, we're just happy to have our health. I know that we lost everything in the hurricanes back in 2004, 20 years ago, 21 years ago. Hey, we got our health. Sure, was a house. If somebody was wanting to spray paint my house, I'd have got mad. I wouldn't have said, well, it's not really ours. It's always temporary. It could be taken away. No, you want to protect the things you have. The happiness didn't come from the house. It gave us a chance to see more of us, of ourselves. So the reason I'm saying that is the science of getting rich all starts with you. There's nothing outside of you, nothing, well, I think that's going to be better for me over there. It's not. A pattern is established. Well, if I leave this company, I go to that company, I'll probably do better. You'll probably do better because you have experience, but the company isn't any better. Now, if the owners are, they're on 20/20 and 60 Minutes for things they've done, probably not good association, right? The point is this. Science of getting rich is an exact science. And it comes down to having your faith and your purpose and holding a clear mental vision, period. To think somebody else is doing better or something else is better than this is not your clear purpose. And when that settles in, you take on the responsibility, your ability to respond to yourself and say, I choose to be happy in this space. Now, we are creatures of community. We're not meant to live alone. We're not meant to be isolated. And if you can find a business that allows you to participate with other cool human beings, people that you like, people that like you, people that want more for you, people that you want more for, man, that's just a plus, 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 plus. So there's my soapbox. Here we go. Summary of the Science of Getting Rich, Chapter 17. There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, in which in its original state. What are they talking about in its original state? There's a thinking stuff in its original state. What is its original state? Meaning it hasn't been influenced yet. See, there's a thinking stuff in me. There's a thinking stuff in you that you have access to. As soon as you put your dreams into your thinking stuff, if I'm not in accordance with your thinking, that's not the original substance. The original substance is utopic, is all agreeing, is all knowing. As soon as we add something into it, we take away its knowing. Which is why we shouldn't tell it how we want it. Well, here's how I think this is going to work out. The universe says, no, not really, not so much. I got a better plan. If that's what you think, then I don't know how to give that to you, because that's less than you deserve. There is a thinking stuff from which all things, your pain, your joy, your poverty, your prosperity, your love, your not love, all things are made. And which in its original state permeates, penetrates, and fills the inner spaces of the universe. There's a thinking stuff in every one of your cells. That's why when somebody tells a story and you go, ooh, I got goosebumps, that's the thinking stuff being activated. We call it chicken skin, goose skin, chill bumps, whatever you call it. That's the thinking stuff activating. A thought doesn't say a positive thought. Only positive thoughts get produced by the thinking stuff. No, a thought, positive, negative, happy, sad, average. I don't know, today I just feel off. The universe goes, okay, send off to Murphy. It doesn't matter. It's a thought. Whatever you think, every thought. Every thought. How many thoughts do you have? 60,000. I heard John Assaraf the other day say Queensland University. I don't know if he referenced Queensland University, but that's where I heard it from. He said, we have 6,000 thoughts a day. I think we have 6,000 new thoughts a day. I haven't talked to John to figure out what number he's talking about. Is the 70,000 thoughts old news? Is that not true anymore? Anyways, a thought in this substance. In what substance? The thinking stuff. See, the challenge is most people don't think. They respond. They hear the bell, then turn their head. They're not ringing the bell. Could you imagine what life would be like if you rung the bell and didn't always have to turn your head to figure out which direction the bell ringing is coming from? A thought in this substance produces the thing that is imaged by the thought. Are you going to have a good day today? It's going to be a good day. Da-da. Are you going to have, you wake up and you didn't decide what kind of day you're going to have. From the moment you became aware of your breathing and your consciousness, did you start off in gratitude? Listen, it was hard for me the last 2 days to not start off in gratitude, because laying right next to my head is Molly. I'm just glad she didn't nibble on my nose with those little tiny puppy teeth. She's curled up here on the big boy's bed. So, do you wake up in complete gratitude? I mean, complete, absolute, sheer joy. Or do you wake up going, ugh, I don't know what day today is. Somebody type it in the chat. I think maybe it's Friday, or say it. I'm not sure what day it is. It's just a day that you get to wake up. It's a miracle day. Friday, cool. So in waking up this morning, were you in complete joy? And if you don't know the answer, then the answer is no. Just absolutely, the answer is absolutely no. Well, I woke up in a good mood. That's not complete joy. Did you wake up in the same mood? Listen carefully. Did you wake up in the exact same mood as you would as you arrived at your goals? Yeah, I'm coming for you. Oh, come on, come back, camera. See, I even got blurry. You guys may blurred me out. Here we go. I'm back in focus. If you woke up in less joy, listen carefully. This puts all the onus on you. If you woke up waiting for something outside of you to bring you complete joy, you're suffering. You are suffering because you chose to not be in the complete joy of your dream. You did the suffering. You woke up in bed. You became aware of your conscious state. And if the desire, if the thinking substance wasn't filled immediately with your joy, oh my gosh, today is an amazing day. I'm beautiful. This is amazing. The people I love are around me. I know people who love me. This is incredible. I love me. Mm-hmm. Some of you have heard the story all the time when Mason was getting sick and we lost our house and the hurricanes took it and we were homeless. And Bob Proctor was a personal mentor. And I was going through this book. I go, Bob, what is this thinking? This is ridiculous. I said, why is all this shit happening? He said, well, you're bringing it about. I said, I'm not bringing it about. He said, well, I don't know. Do you love you? I go, what do you mean, do I love me? What are you talking about? He said, did you wake up this morning saying, man, I love this? I go, no, I'm sleeping in my car. My kid has got earaches. Michelle's freaking out. Her business is going crazy because when the storms come, they got to do extra work. So they're working 20 hours. This is ridiculous. He goes, well, then congratulations. Welcome to ridiculous. I said, did you wake up and love you? He goes, wake up and love me. He says, I woke up and kissed me. And I heard that on the other side of the phone. We didn't have Zoom back then. So I decided that day, I'm going to wake up and do my best to love myself every single morning. Give myself a hug. Oh, you sexy beast. Good morning, you. What else is there? What else is there? If you're not going to love you, who the hell could love you? If you think somebody else is loving you more than you are wrong, Skippy. Absolutely 100%. They can't love you more than you love you. They can't. They just can't. It's impossible. So if you think somebody else is going to love you more than you love you, impossible. Now, maybe because of conscious and awareness, you love grandkids or you love your babies more. You love puppies more, right? We love Molly. But I don't love Molly more than the other puppies. Anyway, so tangent. Let's come back. And welcome back to chapter 17, Summary of Science of Getting Rich. There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which, in its original state, permeates and penetrates and fills the inner spaces of the universe. A thought in this substance produces the thing that is imaged by the thought. Image meaning your clear mental picture. A person can form things in his or her thought, and by impressing continual repetition, by impressing his thought upon the formless substance, the thinking substance, can cause the thing he thinks about to be created. Everything you have, congratulations, it's your thought. Absolutely 100% where you are right now, congratulations, it is your thought. It's your fault, it's your thought. It's your thought, it's your fault. It is 100% your thoughts, nobody else's. Nobody can do anything to you that is good, that is bad. You only interpret it so. In order to do this, a person must pass from the competitive to the creative mind. Competitive is why they always do this to me. Jameson makes me feel better than Beamish. I'm going to spend more time with him. What? No, it's your interpretation of it. It's your interpretation of it. In order to do this, a person must pass from the competitive, they're no good, I'm better, this is not good, why are they doing this to me, this, that, and the other, how come they said that, this doesn't make sense, boy, are they mad. They're not mad. That's who they are. That's who they are. That's who they are. They're not mad. They didn't say something stupid. It's stupid because you think it's they didn't say something nice. They think you think it's nice because they said it nice. Maslow said, be independent of the good opinion of other people. He said that to Wayne Dyer. And Dyer just absolutely, he goes, I got my pictures of all over my books and everything else. Be independent of the good opinion of other people. Not just don't worry about what people say, bad, negative things about you. Don't believe the positive things they say either. That's what my mentor would say. Oh, you believe in your own press, huh? Don't believe your own press. In order to do this, a person must pass from the competitive to the creative mind. Otherwise, he cannot be in harmony with the formless intelligence. The formless intelligence doesn't plant one tree and plant another tree and say, okay, you two fight it out. Battle of the bark. I just made that up. Pretty funny, huh? Battle of the bark. You get it? I know. Goofy. The point is, if you ever looked at a tree branch and you see the branch and then there's a branch that comes off here, there's not a branch that's right there, right above it. That's going to, no, it alternates. There's an old, I think it's Cherokee or maybe it's Choctaw, that says no two branches are ever foolish to fight amongst themselves for the sun. There's a formless intelligence that is a cooperative, that is a creative mind in all things that are created. We put the competition into it. And sometimes we compete for our ego. I'm better than them. I'm better than this. You ain't better than much thing. You ain't better than anything in your mind. That's just a story you're telling yourself. In order to do this, a person must pass from the competitive to the creative mind. Otherwise, he cannot be in harmony with the formless intelligence, which is always creative and never competitive in spirit. A person can come into full harmony with the formless substance by entering a lively, sincere sense of gratitude for the blessings it bestows upon him. In the Bible, it says all things, how many things? All things happen for your good. Not just the good, not the bad. All things happen for your good. A person can come into full harmony, and this is where most people struggle. It's the simplest thing. I shouldn't say it's the simplest thing. It's the least amount of strategy you will ever have to do to perform this highest form of state. I didn't say it's the simplest thing. It's the most difficult thing. Emerson said the most difficult thing man or woman will ever do is the idea of sustained thought. Sustained thought. It's why Edison and different people would go build these little cabins off on the edge of their property. Edison's family wrote that this building was so far away, they had to put a bell in to ring it so Edison knew when to come to eat. He'd go out there all day and he wouldn't eat all day. He would just sit in this stone little hut, this little shack, this little cabin, one room, table and a candle, a chair, table and a candle. That was it. And he would bring some writing paper. And he would sit in this dark cabin at this wooden table on this wooden chair with this candle lit, and he would just sit quietly and he would go into meditation. He would do his best to get into harmony with the formless substance, minimize his distractions, be away. And we think that with the computer on and it's flashing things in and beeping and binging and our phone is vibrating, I can multitask. You cannot. Listen, I don't care who you think you are. The brain cannot multitask. It is not designed. It is not wired to multitask. Never has been, never will be. Why? Because the brain is looking for one thing. Will this kill me? And it is on alert for everything. And if you've ever had a bad experience on the internet, then every time something pops up, you have this emotion that runs through in the internet. If you've ever had bill collectors call you on your phone and it vibrates, and you're like, oh, is that, ooh, that is just absolutely chaos to your energetic system. There's not a snowball's chance in Haiti you can be in harmony with all that stuff going around. Impossible. Unless you're sitting quietly someplace with minimal distractions, possibly just the harmony of nature, a bird singing this, that, or the other, there's no snowball's chance you're getting into any deep level of meditation. Oh, I do my gratitude blessings. Really? With all of the activities going on, with all of the actions going on? And maybe you do it first thing in the morning in the quiet. Then this, congratulations. Just saying. There is a science to getting rich. I don't put water in a pot, take it to your oven, take it to your stove, put that pot on your stove and come back and turn my heat on and go, I wonder why the hell my water's not boiling. It doesn't make sense. You would never do that. Certain things that you are currently doing right now as it relates to you becoming rich, and money's part of that. But it's the energy first. It's you inside of you first becoming rich. A person can come into full harmony with the formless substance by entering a lively and sincere sense of gratitude for the blessings it bestows upon him. Gratitude unifies the person's mind. Gratitude unifies the person's mind with the thinking mind, so that an individual's thoughts are received by the formless substance. Do you realize I know some people who just check boxes going, well, I did my video today. The formless substance didn't hear a damn thing. It didn't, because it was never in harmony with the formless substance. It hears everything, but you're like, well, why isn't it working? Because the form that it heard was like, I'm just doing strategy, so you really don't need to give me anything in return. I don't believe this is going to work. I don't believe this is working. I'm going to do the work, but I doubt it's going to work. And the universe is like, okay, that's a little quandary. You're going to do the effort. You're going to put in the energy. You're going to do all of the things. You're going to shift the way you do things and not believe any of it. I guess, okay, easier for me. I don't have to do a dang thing on this side. So you want more of what you want. No, I want different. I'm doing different things. Not in the same. You're doing it in the same manner. Disbelief. Gratitude unifies a person's mind with the thinking mind, so that an individual's thoughts are received by the formless substance. A person can remain on the creative plane only by uniting himself with the formless intelligence through deep and continuous feeling of gratitude. If you are out of harmony, you are out of gratitude. If you think harmony is over there, you're out of gratitude. Harmony is right where you are. Right where you are, right in this state. And it's trusting. People do business with people they know, they like, they trust. Do you know why business relationships fail? Trust. Do you know why relationships fail? Trust. Do you know why marriages fail? Trust. That's it. And if you are not in a state of gratitude in your current relationship, with your business, with your clients, why do clients leave a company? They don't feel welcomed anymore. They don't feel trusted. I've got something going on with an international company right now. They sent me a tracking number for a package that wasn't even mine. It came from Amazon to a different address. And they're saying, we delivered your package. Do you think I have a lot of trust for them? We delivered your package. Here's a package. That's not my photo. The photo of the house where they take the picture on the porch. That's but we delivered it to your town. No, yeah, well, I don't know. I call UPS and the name on the tracking number is not even my name, not even my address. And it came from Amazon, didn't come from them. So that's fascinating. Isn't that fun? And yet they're like, well, we delivered it. Okay, we're going to go have a conversation. I'm going to get in harmony with somebody who has some common sense. An individual must form a clear and definite mental image of the things he wishes to have, do, and become. In your DMP, the first thing I ask you is, what's the price you want? What do you want the universe to pay you? Your income. And then what's the price you're going to pay to get that income? Some of you aren't doing your activities. You're just not doing your activities, and you're going to come, and the end of the year is going to come, and you're going to go, well, this didn't work. No, it worked perfectly. You didn't work. You didn't do the discipline of the daily action, of doing your gratitude blessings, 10 blessings every day, of writing out what's the thing you're going to do today to make money. It comes down to you. And you can get mad, you can get frustrated, you can get sad, or you can decide today's the day you're going to start all this stuff. You have the common sense, you have the awareness. I'm not sure why you're not doing it, but it's not my job to worry about you. My job is to make sure that you are becoming aware of it. I'm responsible to you, not for you. Well, I paid you. No, you invested in yourself. You got the rules. I can't do your push-ups for you. You can't do the push-ups for your team. You can't take the medicine for your wellness practitioners. You can't do the walking for your clients. Your goal is to figure out how to inspire them to find their why that's big enough. And if you delay, it's because of your why. It's because of your reason. It's because of your passion, because of your desire. Isn't really a big desire. Nobody really wants to make the money they want to make. Wait, what? Yeah, if you're getting a little hot, you don't want to make that money. Otherwise, you would be doing activity. Well, I tried everything. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. But I don't know that works. Then you're right. Well, what should I be doing more of? Yes, something different. Well, but this sitting and meditating isn't going to do anything. I need money. I got to work. Okay, how's that working for you? How are you going to go cut down a forest of success with a dull ass axe? An individual must form a clear and definite mental image of the things he wishes to have, do, and become. Who are you when this all happens? What's going to make you this is never going to show up till you're already this. And he must hold this mental image in his thoughts while being deeply grateful to the supreme power for granting him all of his desires. Well, they're not here yet. Probably will never be here yet. Until you believe they're already here, acting as if. The person who wishes to get rich must spend his leisure hours in contemplating his vision and in earnest thanksgiving that the reality is being given to him. Too much stress cannot be laid on the importance of the frequent contemplation of the mental images, coupled with the unwavering faith and devout gratitude. This is the process by which impression is given to the formless substance and the creative forces set in motion. How far away is your goal? Not the year. I'm talking about if we were to just pick out in the universe, from here to some point in the universe, how far away is your goal? Really, how far away is it? Is it farther than Mars? Closer than the moon? I'm going to be a 7-year-old boy. Is it out past Uranus? Right? How far away is it? If you had to pick a spot in the space of the universe, where's it at? Is it as close as your skin? I don't know. You pick. It's your story. You pick. So if it's as close as your skin, what the hell is taking so long? Ooh, snap. If it's in the room you're in, I really want you to seriously, I want you to think about it. I want you to write it down. This isn't an exercise in geometry or spatial recognition. You literally have cells in your body that know where you are in time and space. You know how I know this? If I told you to close your eyes and reach out to your computer screen, you would reach out and say, okay, so it should be somewhere around here. Your body knows there's cells in your body that know where you are in space. You know that, right? If your room went pitch dark, you couldn't see your hand in front of your face. You kind of know where you're at in your room, don't you? And so if you know that, there's cells in your body that also know where you are in relationship to your goal. If you've ever had the vision of your dream and you go, oh my God, I feel it. Now it's inside you. But if you're not feeling it, this burning desire isn't constant and continuous, your goal leaves you. You take it out of you and you put it someplace in space. But I don't understand that. You can't understand that until you decide you're going to do it. You're trying to figure out the strategy, and it's never going to work, the strategy. It'll always be state. Well, I don't know how to be in state if I don't have my goal. You get in state with something similar that you love, the frequency and vibration, and then you can bring that in. And then you fine tune it to that dream. The challenge is the reason that you can't find the vibration of your goal is you don't have a clear mental image of it. I want some flour and water. Really? Why would you want that? Well, I want pancakes. Well, that's different than flour. No, it's flour and water and egg. Oh, I guess I got to put an egg in there. So bring me a bowl of a couple eggs, a cup of flour, and some water, and I'll eat that. What? I don't know what else goes in pancakes. I don't make pancakes. You get it? We have to have the syntax. There's certain things that have to happen in order for them to work. Do I put the eggs in the oven by themselves or the eggs on the griddle and say, ooh, and then sprinkle the flour on it? No, you got to mix them together. You have to mix together your dream, your vision, your image, your desire, your want, your wishes, your energy. It takes some mental thought, some mental fortitude. The person who wishes to get rich must spend his leisure times in contemplating his vision and in earnest thanksgiving that his reality is being given to him. Too much stress cannot be laid on the importance of the frequent contemplation of the mental image, coupled with unwavering faith and devout gratitude. This is the process by which impression is given to the formless substance and the creative forces set in motion. The creative energy works through the established channels of natural growth and through present industrial and social order. All that is included is his mental image will surely be brought to the person who follows my instructions, and Wallace D. Waddles, not mine, Wallace's instructions, and whose faith does not waver. He wants what he wants will come to him through the ways of established trade and commerce. And if there's nothing that's currently established for trade and commerce, it'll appear out of the thinking substance. A person must be active, not sitting on the couch going, ooh, I'm so rich I am, I'm so rich I am. A person must be active in order to receive his own when it is ready to come to him. You've got to be on the field in order to receive the pass. I could have caught that. No, you couldn't have. You weren't on the field. I could have made that goal. No, you couldn't. You weren't on the field. I could have been that rich. I could be at that rank. No, you can't. You're not on the field. He must more than fill his present place. Some of you aren't filling your present place. What do you mean by that? How many thank yous did you say yesterday? Just start there. How many thank yous did you say yesterday? If you don't know, you didn't say enough. Did you say 100 thank yous to people? Did you send out 100 thank yous into the universe via text, via spoken word, via phone conversation? I can promise you, you say thank you 100 times a day and you involve other people in it. There's some people I call up and go, hey, listen, I just wanted to call thank you for being in my life. Click. They call back on, you good? I go, of course I'm good. I just want to call and say thank you for being in my life. Well, thank you. Talk about the karmic energy that puts into the world. That's it. That's all the conversation is. It's called an RCP for one thing, random call up programming. But why not call people up and just say, hey, listen, I just want to say thanks. Wanted to hear your voice, say thanks. Love you, bye. And leave them going, he's such a goofball. I love him. Doesn't that create the karmic energy? If you want to create the thinking stuff and make it work better for you, going, look what he's doing with what he's got. We can give him more. He could do more with, if he had more, he could do more. And the universe usually sends me a dozen thank yous back unexpectedly. Well, that works for you. Yeah, well, it's not like I got the market cornered on thank yous. I think Mother Teresa, Gandhi probably beat me in that one. I'm sure Mother Teresa beat me left, right, and center on that one. You follow me? You're sitting waiting. You're sitting in lack. You're sitting in frustration and aggravation going, this isn't working. And the universe goes, okay. You know better than I do. Your wish is my command. We'll just make sure it doesn't work. You know how hard the universe has to make it competitive? You know how hard it has to work to not be in cooperation, to not be in harmony? It's designed to be in harmony. It's designed to be in flow. And we, with our ego, kick it to the curb and tell it to get lost. I don't do that. How's your results? Just saying. He must keep in mind the purpose. He must more than fill his present place. He must keep in mind the purpose is to get rich through the realization of his mental image. Your mental image is the reason you'll get rich. No other reason. It's because it's who you're going to become that's going to make you rich. He must do every day all that can be done that day, taking care to do each act in a successful manner. If I don't say good morning to Michelle or give her a kiss or give her a hug, the day's not, I could have done that. That's a successful manner. If I tell her thank you, if I don't tell her thank you, do all that you can do in a successful manner that day. Assuming is in a successful manner. He must give to every man a use value in excess of the cash value he receives, so that each transaction makes for more life. One of the things that's neat about karma, about me calling 5 or 6 people, 10 people saying, hey, listen, I called you to tell you I love you and I wanted to thank you. I appreciate you. You're the best. Love you, bye, and hang up, is that love isn't coming back from them. Typically, it's coming back from someplace else in the universe because the universe wants to surprise me. It's saying, has he turned up the volume of life enough that we can give him 10x back? The universe is always looking to give you 10x, 100x back. And if you're fasting, then it goes even higher. But that's a whole nother reason. That's a whole nother story. If you do intermittent fasting, yeah, it's good for your body. It's also great for the universe. Do you realize that your body, when it's in a fasting state, has more energy to focus on the things like energy sending out into the universe, your mental image being sent out into the mental universe? Why do you think fasting helps to heal people? It's not because of their food. It's not because of their food is gone. It's giving the body a chance to do what it's supposed to do. Your body is supposed to be receiving good love, joy, happiness. It's supposed to be sending out peace, love, and happiness. It can't do that when its gut is in full chaos. If your gut's your second brain. What? Wait, you mean fasting and goals? Is that it? Nobody's ever taught you about fasting and goals? Jim Rohn might say that's a clue. All right. Good Lord, what time is it? And this is the last chapter. So he must give to every man in use value in excess of the cash value he receives. Oh, it's so easy to do. When I go to the feed store, there's a little guy, Javier, Spanish guy, little Mexican guy, probably, I don't know, 5 foot tall. So I'm this giant that walks in, right? Hey, my friend. Hey, Javier, how are you, my friend? ¿Cómo está? ¿Todo bien? Muy bien, gracias. What do you want? I want some hay and el comida de perro de rojo, de bolsera de rojo, the red bag of food. And he laughs. I go, how bad's my Spanish? He goes, no, it's good. It's good. It sucked, doesn't it? He laughs. And we laugh. And he's always excited to see me because he's going to laugh. This is the guy at the feed store. What an amazing soul. I can go after hours and pick up hay if I needed it for the sheep, some straw or whatever. And I tell Javier the next day, Javier, I got a couple of bales of hay. Okay, I saw that. Okay, you good? You need more? Life is so much fun when you just decide there's no reason for misery. It's easy to hold your dream if you're surrounding yourself with good dreams. Are people excited for you to show up in their life? If not, I'd learn how to change that. I really would. And how fast can you be replaced? If the answer to that is quickly, I would change that. Because then you're a commodity. You're not a community. Be a community. Be something somebody wants to be around. They need to be around. I need you in my life. And he must hold the advancing thought so that the impression of increase will be communicated to all with whom he comes in contact. Not just the people you like, all who you come in contact with. The men and women who practice the foregoing instructions will certainly get riches, and the riches they receive will be in exact proportion to the definiteness of their vision, the fixity of their purpose, the fixity. Are you so clear in your purpose, and the steadiness of their faith and the depth of their gratitude? Sexy thing. I didn't realize all these pages they could be torn out. I am so glad they have not fallen out of this book after 20 years. So there you go. There's the summary and the science of getting rich. I appreciate you all so very much. What'd you learn? What'd you like? What'd you take aways? Questions, comments, thoughts? Yes, sir. Let's go to Serbia.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good morning.
Great morning.
Superb rising. How are you doing?
Outstanding.
How's life treating you? Outstanding.
Amazing.
Amazingly good.
Yeah, the grass is growing. I got grass coming up. I got some Kentucky bent grass. I'm going to get some crimson clover today to put down on the pastures. The watering is going great. The irrigation is fine. The sheep are they're getting a little bit more friendly with Molly, because it was amazing to see just this little puppy, how fast because all of the dogs run around all the time. Molly shows up. You thought I brought a full-size dragon. They're like, oh, their ears up and everything else. And they're running and prancing. And I'm like, that's the cutest thing. I said, this is your guard dog. She's going to be sleeping with you soon. Like, the hell she is. So, yeah.
Well,
so that's fine. Good
They
morning.
probably want to be macho around her. She's the new
Yes,
gal in town, and
that's right.
she's a new kid on the street. So okay.
And she's
Uh,
fluffy. She's fluffy.
she's fluffy as well. All right,
Oh
there
yeah.
you go. Awesome. Yeah, listen, this was I got an image from early December when you were introducing the DOS that we were gonna go and do. And I remember you said you were gonna give us your everything, and you mentioned a guy that said that to you years ago, many years ago, and he said to always give them everything you got, Murph. So Murph, I want
Mark
to
Victor
thank you,
Hansen. Mark
Mark
Victor
Van
Hansen.
Hansen. I want
Say,
to
give them
thank
everything
Mark.
you got because they don't have you. But don't hold back. Don't think that, well, when you buy the program, you'll get it. Give them everything you got. The only thing people pay you for is your time, not your content. Your time. They want to be around you. They want to know, can you have a conversation that this is the tip of the iceberg? Holy crap. If that you have such a way of understanding this, I gotta spend more time around you. Great. There's a price for that.
That's exactly the visual I'm getting. If this is the tip of the and we know it is, we know that I just had a download as you were speaking because I took myself up on my decision that I made yesterday to replace listening to mumble rap or
Yep.
whatnot
Mm-hmm.
to listening to the audio of the chapters I spent up until 2 o'clock in the morning making.
Yep.
And I noticed as I was driving this morning to get my haircut done, by the way, look at this macho
Oh
man
yeah,
right here.
look. Oh wow. Got them all cut.
Look at this. Look at this guy. As I was listening to it this morning while driving, some chakras started opening up, man. I understood this from the very first day that every single line in this book is a lesson in itself. But
Yeah,
as I
exactly.
beyond the lesson, um, but as I was listening to it on repeat, because I do make it on repeat, and I just listen to one chapter for a couple days on repeat
Yep.
everywhere I go, the lessons just started popping up, and I realized that this book is just as he promised in the preface. This book is the pragmatical manual, man. It's really a textbook, and I want to say thank you for embarking on this journey with us. And just as it was the summary of the DOS and every one-on-one session we shared since January 1st,
Mm-hmm.
this session was it's just a crown jewel to the month of February because it is the last day of the month.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you just gave us your all, and I wanna send you a letter of appreciation of mine for that, for doing that, because I know from what you said during this session, I'm on my way to doing stuff in a certain way. I'm still going there. I know it's as close as my skin, but sometimes I just, I indulge in the temporary defeat. Let's put it that way. I learn to get back on my
So
feet a
let's
lot quicker.
let's talk about that because it's not gonna get any easier until it does. What part of you wants to indulge in the defeat?
The part that gets overwhelmed by it in the
Nope.
moment.
Mm-mm. It's not overwhelm. It's for recognition.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's for the pity party. Yeah.
And so the part of you that wants the dream, the part of you that wants your goal of 333333333, does it want a pity party? Does that part of you want a pity party?
Nah. Hell
So
no.
then if we know this, and this could be the turning point for you to never have to get to indulge in temporary defeat again. If the part of you that is seeking the success that has the clear mental image, are you saying, or logic would dictate, that your mental image became weak enough for a pity party to show up?
You better move away from that computer because I'm gonna start throwing punches.
Right? But if we
Yeah.
logically, let's talk
Yeah.
about somebody else. Let's talk about AB, not AJ.
Yeah.
So AB gets mad, and you're like, the kid's got all of this talent. He's sitting in a place where every day he shows up. He's like an old fart in this restaurant. He shows up like clockwork, talks on his headset, he's got this microphone, speaking a language, I think it's English. And he's every day like an old man who's 90, got to show up. I got to go down to my restaurant and have my coffee and my blah cloth.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he's pissed off. Well, there's nobody in the restaurant because nobody does what he does. But then he gets mad because he's not doing what he's doing more than he did. I'm confused. So when you have temporary defeat, that is not even defeat. It's recognition for the old story going, hey, you haven't told me you love me today. It's like the little tyrant kid who throws a temper tantrum because his parents hate him, and he thinks his parents hate him, and the only way he can get attention is if he gets beat. That doesn't make any sense. But you know what? The parents fall into it because they want to. They won't give him any attention because they go, well, and I won't love you until you become a better kid. The kid only knows that kind of love. You only know temporary defeat as a way of the progress. That's ridiculous. Let me ask you this. If I were to read your DMP, let me back away a little bit. If I were to read your DMP, does it say in there every day I'm going to have an argument with myself? Is that part of your process to reach your success?
It does not.
Then why do it? Then so you're not following your DMP. What are you, an idiot? I love you.
Are you thick in the brain?
There it goes, Skippy. How's that working for you?
Well, what's fascinating and what I love actually, and this is going to be morbid probably, but I don't care, is that just as you said, the gas that got you in here can't get you out of here.
Yep.
But seeing how things work out to be good,
yep,
despite the fact I don't have my pedal to the metal still.
Yeah.
Until
well,
it makes
you
me
or don't
wonder.
You?
Well, I have.
Okay. So it's called momentum, right?
Yeah.
It's easy. So see, here's the thing. And the reason that I want to pick on these things, because your brain is wired uniquely. And I can hear the way that you can overwhelm people with your brilliance, which you are brilliant. I'll give you that. You're sitting in a place at 20, whatever, 5. How old are you? 3.
Great.
At 23, you're sitting in a place that 50-year-olds aren't. So
Why
you're
not?
not sure even how to freaking act here because you're supposed to be 50 at here and not 23, and no 23-year-old can do what you do. So who the hell do you have to talk to? You got to talk to a 60-year-old. Right? So here's the challenge. The reason that you think your pedal's not to the metal, it is to the metal. That's the delusion. The challenge is the reason you're not going as fast as me is that you've got a car bigger than mine. You are carrying a freight train. You know what's on your freight train? You ready? You ready for this? Ready for the tears? All of the kids who sleep at night crying is on your freaking train, and you're worrying about going, oh, I'm not going fast enough. You gave a kid yesterday some fruit and some onesies. You gave a donation of food to people a couple of weeks ago. You're freaking doing your dream. What the hell are you complaining about? You're not moving fast enough. We say these words because the old story goes, I'm going to get in there. I'm going to wreck this freaking thing. You got a big ass train, dude. And you got this little brain pulling it, and your brain's getting bigger, and your brain's getting stronger, and your vision's getting bigger, and you're starting to move it faster. Your pedal is all the way to the metal. It's why you argue. It's why you have temporary defeat, because I'm tired. I need a break. Screw you and your break. Your kids are crying. Get over it.
Sucks to be you, Skippy. Yeah, I guess. Wow, that's a visual I never had.
Yeah, no, that's why you're here. Otherwise, you could have got that from a comic book.
Or from a yogi.
A yogi, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That's. I'm actually about to make another donation next week.
No, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
well,
stupid. Why would you do that?
because I want to. I feel like I need to.
Yeah. You
I
get
feel like
to,
I
and all
get
of a
to. I
sudden,
get to. Yeah.
and that puts fuel, right? So in the old movies, when they used to have trains that they put coal on it, right? They had to put coal in the engines for the boiler. You know those movies where they shovel coal in it? Or in the ships, like I don't know if I guess the Titanic had coal ships, coal burning boilers. They would say, load the coal to it, meaning we got to crank this thing up. Every time you stop and argue, you stop putting coal on your fire and you're wondering, why is this thing slowing down? I just got mad over here. I got mad over here, not at my dream. I got mad over here, but my dream slowed down because you stopped putting coal on the fire. The 1 second you throw the ice cube in the boiling water, you're like, and then you come back and you turn around, or somebody else threw the ice cube in, and you're like, what the hell happened to my water? You know what you got to do to your water? Get it above 212. You got to get that thing. It's called a white hot burning desire. You got to get the water rolling. You could throw all the ice in there you want. Do you think the sun's going to stop shining if we threw all the ice we had here in the planet? We threw all of the ice in the planet into the sun. There might be a cool spot on that one spot of the sun, but the rest of the sun's going, what's going on over there? Nuclear fusion, you can't stop. We're standing in a rainstorm of fear and doubt with a match that's wet going, why isn't this working?
Yeah. Well, I learned. Well, the stories we tell ourselves, man.
Get me wound up.
You got that nuclear bomb siren going on.
There you go.
You know the warning siren that go on? Yeah, 5 o'clock in the morning. I learned that.
See, he doesn't even want to keep talking. He's like, all right, I know how to wrap this up. I'll tell him what I learned
I
about.
want to keep talking. I actually had a question. I actually have a question. Just
Hey, listen, I'm so proud of you.
but
I am
thank you.
honestly, I seriously, you need to hear that. I am so proud of you. You are this story I get to tell about all the time. I go, there's a kid in Serbia. He's not a kid, he's a grown-ass man that's doing more than most men. And his passion, his desire, his love for life. And you know what he's doing it all for? To keep kids from having to cry themselves to sleep at night because their parents are so worried about tomorrow. That just, I mean, everybody falls in love with you. They're like, oh my gosh, what a dream. I go, I bet there was a couple of tears on his pillow. So don't, it's not that he's doing this out of the kindness of his heart. It's kind of a self-preservation thing, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But people, oh, you're that kid? Congratulations. So
That
go
kid,
ahead.
Johnny. Yeah. Thank you, for putting me out there,
Yep.
for putting me out there to the world. I had a question. You briefly touched upon it as you were reading. I just wanted to get the final confirmations, right?
Okay.
Being grateful versus being in a state of gratitude
Yeah.
is fill in the blank.
So when they bring you your food, do you say thank you?
Yes.
Do you think of the farmer or the family or the truck that brought the food that you're grateful for them, that they gave them a chance to cook the food for you?
Not particularly.
So that's the difference
Nope.
between grateful and gratitude.
Oh, okay.
Um, the silverware, what color is the silverware? Is it silver? Is it regular silverware? Or is it
Silver, yeah. It's a regular one.
so who made that?
Probably some poor guy in a factory somewhere.
Okay. So did you send his family blessings for making that silverware so you could enjoy your meal?
No.
Okay. How about the table? Is there a tablecloth? It seems like they're in a place that might have tablecloths on their table.
They have two tablecloths actually in different
Okay.
colors, so
Yep.
they're fancy.
So the how about the guy that delivers the tablecloths? Because do they wash them there, or do they have a service that does it?
They wash them in here, yeah.
Okay. So did you thank them for giving you clean tablecloths today?
No.
Why not?
Well, that's a prerequisite of some sort,
No, it's
I
not.
guess.
No, it's not.
Uh,
It's they choose that as their standard. Why not thank them for their standards? Do you realize how cheap the meal is now when you show up? They gave you silverware. They gave you 2 tablecloths. Is the chair squeaky or is it a solid chair?
it was a little bit squeaky, but I love it
Okay,
this way.
cool. So that's your squeaky chair. Are the windows clean?
Yes, they
Okay,
are.
so the hoots do they clean themselves automatically or do they have to clean them?
They're probably gonna clean them up.
Okay, so grateful would be thank you for the clean windows today.
Oh, so it's on a totally different level than just being happy in the moment for it.
That's great. It's a deep sense of gratitude.
Deep set, yeah, yeah.
Now, does the wit and here's let's go right. So here's the layer, next layer. So the leaves haven't started blooming yet, but they'll start, and you'll start to see that green, that light green that's in all of the trees, right? And you get to see it. You got to see the snow on the ground. Can you see your vehicle from where you're at?
I can't,
Okay.
but it's up
So
there.
do you like you can or can't?
Cannot.
Cannot. Okay. Do you feel safe that your vehicle's okay?
Yes,
Okay. So didn't they give you a place to park your vehicle, but that your vehicle is taken care of, your baby is taken care of and protected?
they do have a parking lot.
So have you thanked them for that?
No.
No. So
Uh,
so now when you
all
get
right.
so here's the gratitude. When you leave there, God willing, your car is fine, it starts. You get to turn on Science of Getting Rich. Are you grateful that the fact that as soon as you leave there, you can be back into another state?
That's first right there.
Are they do they follow restaurant protocol? Meaning they there's probably some open flames back in the back of the kitchen.
Yes.
Are they smart enough to keep the flames where they're supposed to so the whole damn place doesn't burn down?
So far, yeah.
Okay. Have you thanked them for being good restaurateurs? See, you were thankful before, but now you're filled with gratitude because you realize all of the things they do so you can sit your happy ass there and have a meal.
And it was beyond brilliant. I mean, the meal he prepared today was some kind of a chicken schnitzel with some puree and some
Is it on
sauce.
the
So,
menu?
I don't think it is actually.
Mm-mm. That's how you know you're part of the family when they start cooking. Let me cook you my favorite. That's the only way they can pay you back is let me do something I don't do for anybody else, something I love to do, but something I have to do special. I have to put focus to make this because I want you to be happy. I don't know how else to make you happy. You come here all the time. You spend your money. You give us tips. You make us feel good. We're excited to see you. You're one of our favorite customers. The only way I can pay you back is through my gifts. And what are you showing up with? Hey, how you doing?
Well, today I showed up with how's the family doing? I kind of expanded on it.
And how did
I
that
just
feel?
said,
How'd that make them feel?
oh, they just the guy started talking about the story about the girls and they had a altercation I think last night because they bought some equipment and then they didn't know how they were gonna load it up to the house because the elevator and so on and so forth. And we just laughed. And I said, well, did you manage to get it done? And he was like, of course. I mean, sure. It's only a stupid machine or like a treadmill, I think, or something.
Yep.
And of course they could do it, right? And we just started laughing. So I said, okay, it's awesome. So we share the conversation. Yeah, it's interesting how an interaction can blow up in a second positively, of course, just by asking a simple question. And that's what I learned the other day. So I want to thank you for that.
So you now have a rapport that includes his daughters. He speaks with honor
Yeah.
and respect to them, and you speak to honor and respect with to him. You give him honor and respect for him to brag on his kids. Why do people do business with you? So they can brag.
Well, that's awesome. That's a good day in my book.
I think that's a great, absolutely. But now, so grateful is I'm thankful for all of this. Gratitude is understanding the love they put into it. They would love to have 5 more of you. They don't know. Here's the thing. They don't know how they got you. Do they? Do they know
don't.
why you even show up every day? They just know what you do and you got to do something. But why does he choose to come here? They don't realize the beauty they have and everything they have. So one day tell them, you know why I come here? I come here now because of our connection. But I came here because I could always count on it being a good experience. Now it's beyond, I can't imagine not coming here because you've made me feel like family.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, there's probably like 20 coffee shops and restaurants along the alley here. But I just choose to sit here and it's good.
Can you imagine if somebody came in and wanted to sit there and they probably told me, no, that's 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 reserved.
That's not gonna happen. Thank you very much. So there's a reserved spot. So thank you, but no thank you. So
So do you see how that happens?
yeah,
Do you see? Here. So imagine. So you get to take that. Hold that reserved up again for us all.
there you go.
And I
Says
want I
reserved
want to
inserted.
use it as a teaching lesson. So that emblem, and I'm gonna stop talking. You talk, AJ. So you show up on the big screen. Say something.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
That's what the universe has for every one of you. It has a reserve sign. You just got to show your butt up to the table. And then you got to order. There you go. And then you got to order. Now, here's the neat thing. Oh, this is so good. The universe has a reserve sign. It's how long has that reserve thing been there for you, AJ? How long have they had that for you?
Been here for probably the last 2-3 weeks, maybe.
Okay. So 2 or 3 weeks. You've been going there for months. In the last 2 or 3 weeks since you got your head pulled out of your ass and being the great guy that you are, they put the reserve thing on there automatic. Did you ask them to put it there or they put it there for you?
We had it as a sort of a joke, and then they actually started doing it.
So now the universe has a joke with you going, you want to play with your games? You want all your dreams? That's a joke. And then it finally did it. Here's the thing. The universe, listen carefully. Oh, this is so good. The universe has a reserve sign for all of you at your table. Here's the thing. If AJ brought in a bunch of people, he would call ahead and say, I'm going to have a party of 8 come. They would put 8 tables together and they would still put that reserve sign on it. Do you get it? Do you understand what I'm saying? The universe has reserved for you. It doesn't care how big the party is you want. When you sit down and you got to order, you got to put your dreams, you got to put your thinking stuff into the universe. You have to put your mental image into the thinking stuff. You got to order what's on the menu of your life from the thinking stuff. When you show up, and all of a sudden you show up and you show up so often that the universe goes, wait, I got more. It brings you a chicken schnitzel, something that's not even on the menu for you to enjoy. And you didn't even have to order it because it knows what you want. And it says, here, let me show you what I can do without you even having to ask. Frickin' frackety frickety frack. You got it. You did it.
Look at me, I did it. And the best thing about it is that schnitzel alongside with juice and whatnot, it's $12. Okay, it's $12. So there you go. It's a good deal. It's a good deal after all. So
here's the part. Here's how my brain goes. So it's not that expensive to have something special.
Oh no, definitely not. No.
Then why would you ever want to have temporary defeat? That cost you an arm and a freaking leg, literally.
Yeah.
Get to do.
You remember how I told you the story a couple of weeks ago? I was at work and I went down to the grocery store and there was this girl and she blacked like a couple of dollars on her bill because she wanted to get the chocolate and the bubble gum.
Yep.
And I gave it to her. I mean, I filled it in for her.
Yep.
There you go. So it was like,
is this repayment for chocolate and bubblegum?
Could be.
Could be.
Very well. Could be.
It was a little bit probably healthier for you than chocolate and bubblegum.
Yeah.
Right?
A
But this
lot.
is how the universe says, okay, I got you. Got you, dude. I'll reserve you a table. I'll make you feel special. And just keep doing what you're doing, and I'll keep surprising you.
And I love that. So thank you
Isn't
for this
that so
conversation.
cool? So what'd you learn? What'd you like now, Skippy?
Yeah. Okay. Still on trial here. Okay. It's getting hot up in here.
It's getting hot in here. Hot in here. Hot in here.
Yeah, it surely does. Um, what I learned is that, let me put it this way. It really sounds hard to put in this thought into, just thinking the way, as you mentioned, really going there and thinking deep,
Yep.
really trying to swim in the deep water. However, or should I say yet, it
Mm-hmm.
is so easy when that becomes the new standard. And I think what I learned so far in compilation of everything we've done over the past couple of months is exactly the new standard. How to set the new what is going to be the new standard. Not how to set it. It's going to come on its own accord. That's what I both learned and loved. But just setting up that new standard, just making sure that it's not it's difficult until for me that's one of the biggest lessons
So here's the big
I learned.
question. We think we've got to keep seeing all of these. We got to keep seeing activity. We have to keep seeing results because we're like, this isn't working. I don't know how I'm going to reach my goal. As you begin to understand this and understand the visual and understand the imagery and understand this concept, does it seem like it's going to be difficult? Is it getting easier to see how I don't even have to know how the hell the thing's going to work?
It's getting to be a lot easier. Seems to be it's going to be a lot easier.
It's all about state. It just keeps showing up to you. Listen, if Schnitzel shows up, you didn't order it. And if little kids show up for you to be able to buy them chocolate and candy, who has that happen? One thing for it to show up, another thing for it to be received.
I guess it shows up all the time, but we
Yes,
just are blind to see it.
because it's as close as your skin and you're not looking.
We had a joke last night at work. All of the people that wanted to get started with the company last night that
Mm-hmm.
we had to convert,
Yep.
there's a lot of, let's say, technical difficulties.
Yep.
And I was the only guy that has no technical difficulties, and the client just went through with no issue. They filled in the registration form and so on and so forth. And the manager, the head of the company, came down because they had a lot of issues. And he was like, "Let's sit down. Let's have a conversation." And I said, "About what?" And he goes, "I want you to hold a brief for the salespeople, for the sales team, because I want to make sure to understand how come your registrations get filled with no issues whatsoever. There are no payment declines, there are no technical difficulties, there's no client difficulties. How do you do that?" And everyone else, there's like eight more people in the office here. There's eight more sales reps, and they're having difficulties. And I said, well, I started joking about it. I said, well, they don't have the magic touch I do. And we started laughing. And I said, okay, hey, listen, I'm going to hold up the brief. And I did. And they were looking at me. I started talking about making sure that you understand exactly what the client is doing, because it's one part, it's a sales call, one part, but then the second part of it is customer support to make sure that they fill everything in because they need to get verified for for trading and so on. So they need to submit their documents. The documents need to be correct, so on and so forth. And I said, well, it's the sales part of the call. You know how to sell. The customer support part of the call, you just need to be in control. You need to have a conversation with the person. You need to make sure to understand what they see, what's out there. You need to explain them so they get heard out, right? They get heard. Um, and that's it. And as I was explaining it, they were looking at me like I just split the sea with Moses. And I was like, I mean, what's not clear? You just got to do that. That's it. It's effortless for me. And later, I understood that it is effortless for me, but it's rocket science for them for some reason. And I said, well, um, that doesn't happen in my world, so that's good. And I love that, so it
So
was good.
little evidence, right? How do you use that? Is it okay for you to see and do things that others can't?
Yes.
Then why would you ever have a pity party? Sassafras,
Well,
riggedy, riggedy, raggedy, raggedy, saggedy. Right?
I can I can cuss in Serbian, you won't understand. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But you
I
know what
wouldn't
I'm
do that.
saying?
Yeah. 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 Yep. Yep. Yep.
This is all awareness. All of this is awareness. And it's the slightest little, this is about things in a certain way. Things in a certain way.
They said that. They said that. They said, well, we do exactly what you do. And I said, how's that working for you? They wanted to blow my head off. I said, I mean, this is what you got to do. And I explained them the process. And they said, well, that's exactly what we do. And I said, well, obviously you don't, because how come my clients have no issues and your clients have issues? And then they give up or they get frustrated or whatever, and you
So
lose the
ask
sale.
them to think of somebody they would really want to have success and walk them through in that state.
They're, I'm not gonna let my old story kick in here and say they're stupid, but they really are stupid, man. I mean, stupid kids.
Well, but they are until they have you. Are you
Yeah.
okay with unstupiding them?
Yes, that would be advancement
Okay,
for the
so
whole office.
my goal today is to help people become better than they thought possible. So the question is rather than them listen, results are results. Clients still seem to be having issues. What would happen? And this is where this is putting them in state. What would happen if if you got your next client to enroll without a single issue? How would you feel?
That feel
Right?
great.
They're stuck in strategy.
Hmm.
So get them out of strategy, get them in a state. How would you feel? Who would be the first person you tell after you hang up with that client and the client is closed and it's with no issues? Who's going to be the first person you tell and start to
One of
have them in a contest?
the one of the reasons why I got immense success recently with clients is I forfeited talking about how the company works and how the trading platform works and the rules of trading and whatnot,
No, really?
whatever.
Because they didn't give a rat's
And
butt about that.
they did not. And I just started asking them, hey, listen, let's say this works out for you. We're able to manage your money in a good way, right? What would be fill in the blank? And all of them start stuttering. They're like, what? And I'm like, well, if this works, let's say a year down the road, we're able to prove our skills as wealth managers here to you, and you like it, and you want to continue doing business with us, what would be the thing you would do, fill in the blanks on? And you could hear the sweat coming down from their face, man. You could hear it drop on their shoulders, but it was good. And then there's just no problem. There's no rebuttals. There's no issues. There's no objections. They just say, okay, how do we get started? Okay, let me send you an email. That's it.
You mean this stuff works even in another language?
Yes, it does. Well, there you have it, ladies and germs. Thank you for the conversation this morning. I really
Thanks,
appreciate it.
brother. I
Thank
love you. Go
you.
enjoy. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hey, and tell Peter, I know we call his name is Peter. Tell Peter we love him and tell him thanks from all of us. Tell him thanks for taking care of
Peter,
you. We loved your.
pozdrawiam su to i moji Amerikanci. He says hi, yes. Hi as well.
Now, see, I made my world better in Serbia, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. It's
Sad sam mi pričao za ove šnicle što si napravio. Zadivljeni su. Yeah,
how cool is
it's good.
that? How cool is that?
That's very cool.
I
That's
love
very
it.
cool.
Congratulations, brother. I'm proud of you. Very, very proud of you. I'm in awe of you. Really am. I know I give you crap. It's because A, you want it, you can take it, and you want to get better that fast. So that's all. You're just that good. So congratulations. Look what you've done in 2 months. There you go. Big breath. Good job. Hey, Shammy, my optimized, sexy super mom who's running off of a treadmill,
Hey,
trying to catch your breath.
hey. You good? I want to mention something that I really do, but can you get back to me? Because it's a little
Yes.
loud right now.
Okay. Raise your hand again when you're ready. Love you. We'll lower her hand. Anyone else? Thoughts, comments, questions, takeaways?
Hey, Sean.
Hey, Roz.
I just wanted to thank you and thank AJ. I am so proud.
Mostly me. Mostly me.
I am so proud of AJ. He's a role model for me. So
Me too.
Yeah, I'm so happy for him. And I just love watching him and listening to him. Just 1%, that 1% every single day. I'm so grateful. I am so grateful for you doing the Science of Getting Rich. I've been listening to this book, like AJ said, like nonstop every single day.
Pretty cool, isn't it?
Oh my God, it's amazing. And every time I think about how long ago it was written, it blows my mind.
Over 100 years. That's why it's in public domain. It's free. Any book in the US over 100 years old is in public domain. This is all free stuff. And yet, everybody, yeah. Exactly. I love it. So what have you learned? What have you liked?
Well, today, just in this summary, today alone, it's like, when you on the mastermind call the other night, we talked about things to do. So that curiosity gap I have so much content, but guess what? You know what you always say, when are you going to get started? Like today, because I said to myself, well, I want to have my calendar set up and I want to do this. And I'm like, Sean would say, what are you talking about?
Just start and then you can fill in your calendar.
Exactly. So thank you for the push, always the kick in the butt. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
See, I don't have to always go overseas to kick butt.
No, you do it right here.
I love it. Thank you, Roz. Anyone else? Thoughts, comments, questions, takeaways? Here's the big takeaway. Go ahead, Shammy.
So I'm sorry it's a little loud, but I did my 100
statements.
I love this optimized version of me. It was amazing. It was amazing. It's a lot harder than it seems, I have to say. Like, and it's more mentally, like you sort of just I wasn't expecting that mental challenge of finishing it 100 times in a row, because I actually love to journal and love to write, so I don't know what I didn't expect. Also, I wish I would have done it early, like right away. When after my exercise, I kind of got a little busy, and I was like, okay, I'll make sure to get it in today. And I ended up doing it before bed, which I think is a good thing to prime my mind before bed. But it just I seemed like I was way more mentally busy. So I don't know if it would have been easier during the morning. So I am planning to repeat it, maybe like right in the morning after I work out. Again, like maybe again after bed. I'm planning on repeating that after a few times to see how
I would do it as often as you can. I would do it as often as you can, because here's the thing. The part of you that wanted to write it isn't the part of you that got busy. This is important to hear, everybody. When we say I got busy, it is not the same I that wanted to do the writing. It's a different I. It's the I of lack. It's the same thing when you hear me talk to AJ. Well, I sometimes have a pity party. No, the I that has the pity party is not the I that has the dream. It's the I that says, Well, if you do that, what happens to me? It's your best friend that you're all of a sudden going to go off and you're going to have un café con leche with Shammy, sexy mom, versus Shammy. Oh my God, I got 3 kids and I don't know what it's doing and everything's going crazy in life. That's the version of you that goes, well, we can't do that right now. And when you become aware of that, you'll be like, oh, isn't that fascinating? So love it, love it, love it.
One more thing. So I went back to see yesterday's video because I wanted to make sure I was writing my optimized sentences. So the what we spoke about.
Right.
And I actually found it very powerful to listen to my part of what we spoke about. I actually it was a very powerful listening to, but I didn't kind of read that over again. I actually had aha moments while I did that.
Well, and that's good. So continue to do it again and again and again. And what you're finding is that in this repetition, you're having new awarenesses. So it's okay to repeat, go back, listen to that, go back, do your 100. Even if you just said it and you just did the tick, I would write it every now and then. Every 10th one, write it. So do 10 ticks, then write it out. I love my optimized me. And then say it, I love my optimized me. I love my optimized me. And then the 10th one again, write it out. Slow your mind down. You'll just find doing the same thing a variety of different ways. You'll find this one way that's like, oh, that one turned on all the fire. So love it, love it, love it. So Beamish and Jameson are in here. And Beamish is okay because Beamish wants to be with me, but Molly will lay on him and he'd be like, oh my God, she's on fire. The floor's on fire. The floor's lava. And she's just like the pain on Beamish's face. It's like, please tell it to stop touching me. Please tell it to stop touching me. I love it. I love you, Beamish. He's trying to come in here and hide under my desk away from her. But she's a puppy. She'll find him. Well, there you go. I love you tons. Thank you all for doing all of you can to have all that you want. And I appreciate you all so very, 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 very much. Today's Friday. Yeah, let's do tomorrow. So tomorrow, 8 a.m. Tomorrow, 8 a.m. We'll do an hour mastermind conversation. So come with your challenges, come with your things, come with your list of things you plan to do to go make $1,000 next week or $1,000 a day. And let's put some strategies together to get you to that income level. Cause that's the thing we need to start doing now. You've been working on your mind. We're going to continue to work on your mind. Bring your strategies, the things. Okay, here's what I want to do. And here's the things I'm going to do. And we'll work on a marketing, a mental, or whatever it is to make those things produce that income. That's what we'll do tomorrow. Love you tons. I'm your head brain training, brain scrambling. Get your butt kicked around the globe, Misfit. I'll see y'all where?
The next event.
The next event.
At the next event. Somebody give me some Costa Ricas.
Pura vida.
Pura vida. We love you, Mark. And some Lydias. Pura vida.
Peace be with us.
Peace be with us all. And the queen of doing more than she could ever do and filling her space up, Jessie Lee Ward.
Bosley.
Bosley, we love you, girl. Little white, fluffy everywhere, all over your
Gurgly.
little gurgly. We love you, Fee. All right, everybody, go have some fun. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Bring your strategies and bring your activities. We'll see you then. Bye for now.
Thank you. Thank you. I love
Peace,
you.
family.
We love you.
Thank you. Have a good day, guys.
Bye, everybody. You want to go outside? You want outside? Go outside. Come on. Come on. I'm going to go outside. You're going to come through the door. I'm going to go outside. You're going to come through the door. Wait, good baby. Good baby. Everybody good baby. Hey, Dub Dub.